I've accepted the basis of life. But I don't want my pleasure of the moment to be shattered and my pain of the moment being intensified. And that is the happiness I'm pursuing. That is the happiness I'm pursuing. See what I mean? Therefore, a yogesh will telephone you and ask for some old items on this pursuit of happiness. He will talk with him, but include this also. See what I mean? Therefore, the most important conclusion I have to come to is the pursuit of happiness does not mean anything positive. Anything positive can only mean pleasure in the moment or pain in the moment. Therefore, the most important conclusion, the happiness I am seeking is not to be found in the pleasures of life, over which I have no control. Does not increase of pleasure or decrease of pain. Most important, that is a fact. So the acceptance of that is the first step, and which leads me to a conclusion that the happiness I am seeking cannot be anything positive. The happiness I am seeking can only mean the end of the suffering, not positive, negative. My happiness depends on my suffering being ended. And what is the suffering which I want ended? My pleasure of the moment not being shattered, my pain of the moment not being intensified. See what I mean? That is all the happiness I want. Nothing positive. Not ecstasy, bliss. Ecstasy, bliss, or whatever the religion have promised you can only be in the realm of pleasure, because they end. You can't be in bliss all the time and live your daily life. If you are in bliss all the time, if you are in pain all the time, how can you live your life? How can you earn a living? See what I mean? Therefore, what is the suffering which I want to end? That suffering is my pleasure of the moment being shattered, my pain of the moment being increased. That is the suffering I want ended. And that is the happiness I am seeking. See what I mean? The most important first step in my pursuit of happiness was, from my own personal experience, the happiness I am seeking is not to be found in the pleasures of life which are momentary, and therefore the happiness I am seeking is not to be found in the flow of life itself. Not to be found in the flow of life itself. Because the flow of life can only mean pleasure or pain. Most important first conclusion. Therefore, the happiness I am seeking, the end of this suffering, can depend only on my attitude to life. The most important conclusion, the happiness I am seeking, is not to be found in the flow of life, but in my attitude to life. You can understand that? Most important first step. Otherwise what happens is, and that is what has been happening, and my seeking enlightenment, ended in frustration because I expected enlightenment to give me a happiness which was in the flow of life. That is why there was frustration. Because the happiness I am seeking cannot be part of the flow of life. The most important conclusion, the happiness I am seeking depends not on the flow of life, which can only mean pleasure or pain, but in my attitude to life. Most important conclusion, which is the base for my further pursuit of happiness. If my happiness depends on my attitude to life, then I have to find out what has been my attitude to life so far, which has not brought me the happiness, but has brought me unhappiness. You see, step by step. First conclusion, my happiness depends on my attitude to life. Next step, what has been my attitude to life so far, which has not brought me the happiness, but which has brought me unhappiness. Next step, what do I mean by my attitude, so that I can change my attitude to life. See what I mean? If I find out what is my attitude to life which has brought me the unhappiness, all I have to do is to change my attitude to life in order to bring happiness. Therefore I have to find, what do I mean by attitude to life? Attitude to life is a general term. That is where it took me a lot of time, lot of thinking, lot of misery. Whatever answer I got, think for yourself as an exercise. What does Daniel mean by his attitude to life? For me, the most important mental exercise, intellectual exercise. Whatever answers I got, I threw them out as not being adequate. Until I came to one answer which I accepted as being the right answer, adequate answer. And that meant what I mean by my attitude to life ultimately in daily living comes to my attitude towards the other. My attitude towards the other. See what I mean? Attitude to life. People enjoying pleasure, people below the poverty line. Earthquakes and this happening, anything that happens, my attitude to life is such a vast thing. But the important conclusion, I cannot be concerned with anything happens in life. Because whatever happens in life is God's will, cosmic law. My attitude to life, therefore, can only mean my attitude towards the other. From morning till night, what is the essence of daily living? Morning till night. My relationship with the other. Human relationship, interhuman relationship is the basis of daily living. Most important conclusion to come to. Daily living, the essence of daily living, means interhuman relationship from morning till night. Me and the other. The other may be a close relative, my parent, my wife, son, my brother, or a close relative, or a neighbor, or someone connected with my business or occupation, or a total stranger. My daily living means my relationship with the other, whoever the other is.